All right, welcome back to the Microsoft Excel training. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the search function. The search function is a text function, and the function is used to find the position of a specific substring within a text string. It's useful for locating words, characters, or pattern in a string, especially when working with text data. The syntax for this function is search. And then, of course, you provide the text you're trying to find, the exact text you're trying to find, and within which text, and of course, the start number. So the key features here is that it returns the position of a substring within a text. It supports wildcard character. And then, of course, it is not case sensitive. So, which means if you are trying to search the word Excel in small letter, or you provide Excel in capital letter or uppercase, it's going to return the same value. It works well with the mid, left, right, and len function for text extraction. And then, of course, this function extracts returns an error value if a text is not found. So if the text is not found, so if this particular function is similar to the find, the only difference, more of the difference here, is the fact that it can search for, it is not case sensitive in the process of searching. This search function is essential for text processing, extracting information, and then, of course, cleaning data. Now, let's go into the Excel sheet and see how this works. So we have this example here. We have a text, we have a set of text, and then we're trying to search for a character within the text. So if we say, okay, let's start with search, and then we say find text. So let's say we want to find states. Okay, within this text, and then the start number will be 1. So if we put this, it tells us that we'll find the word state on the character number 8. So if you start counting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So S is 8. So the word state starts from the 8th character. And so if I'm trying to see whether there is word state for every other, it's going to show value, 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 because there's no state there. Okay, there's no word state there. So now let me say I want to search for character A. So character A can be found on the 10th character here. Let's see others. So this has no character called A, and this one has that. Okay. So we can even wrap this function around if error. Okay, if error. So if our search returns an error, maybe it should just put a 0 value. Okay, instead of the value error. So that gives us a non-presence of the string. Okay, so you can see that wherever the character is found, so you can use this for text processing, especially when you're trying to do something on a particular text within a set of text. Okay, now for this example here, we want to find the word pro. So, but we want to find if is number. Okay, so we will start with the function if, and then we will test if it's number. Okay, but what we're trying to do is to search, because we are searching from within a number set of number. That's why we are testing if there's number there. And then of course we are going to also search for the text pro, and we're searching it within this particular place. And of course we are trying to, put a start number, but for the sake of the start number is optional. I'm just going to skip that start number and then continue the if function value. Okay, so I need to complete the if function value by providing value if true for the if function. So I can say if it finds it, it should say it contains the word pro. And if it does not find it, it should say it doesn't have the word pro, no pro. So we close the bracket for the if function. So what we're doing here is first to test for number. There's number there, so we should search within that number the word pro. And our reference character is, I11. Okay, so that's why you are seeing I11. And then of course we close the bracket for the search. Okay, so this one is for the is number, while this one inside is for the search. And then of course for the if function, we have to provide from here the value if true and the value if false. So we press enter, it says contains pro, and then we search for the others. So this says it does not contain, this one contains pro, but this does not contain any character called pro within the set of numbers and text. Okay, so that is the search function. So we'll come back in another session when we're going to look at another function. Bye for now.